Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. I call upon the spirit of the beast, sleeping inside our people to awaken. I call myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. All of your tricks, all of your schemes, evil dreams, and all of your lies, all of your murdering my people in the scheme of things just seems to be buying us time. Time to repair, prepare, and shake this irrational fear of you. Time for us to shave our hair to prepare for a final fight with you. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. Murder is your pleasure, kill for less. A devil tester, evil tester, nigga blesser. Always running with the beast. Whenever you get around, bullets flying, people dying, baby crying. Hear the siren, all destruction must increase. Government cooperation and alignment. Your assignment is to murder all the people of originality. You are never to be trusted. So disgusting is your presence. Manchurian candidate will destroy new society. Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here.
What's going on? Today will not be a very nice. Uh, Today will not be a very nice. It's not gonna be a cool topic, you know. It's going to be kind of gonna be a little bit uncomfortable, I guess. Uncomfortable, but we got to do it. Lots of people asking us, you know, there's a lot of people saying if we as so-called black males want to command things, then we got to have something. Okay, well, bet. I had some people saying that, you know, I've dealt with a couple of, individuals that pulled that conditional femininity on me. And, I had to watch these individuals look, like an actual human being with other individuals, but then get to me and be a whole dude. Like, that's freaking disgusting. I'm not homo. But these females out here tend to think that that's what we want. And now that dudes are pushing back and saying, like, well, forget that. I don't even want a relationship at all. Dudes are coming out not even talking to females on jobs, and it's horrible. It's getting horrible out here. Like, this whole Me Too movement ruined stuff for all of us. And now people is just like, you know what? None of it is worth it at all. What is the point of any of this? What is the point of even anything? We black, number one. We got the government trying to kill us all. You know, we got my volume is low. Hold on, let me see. How's it about now? How's it about now? Baju, baju, baju. All right. Yeah, we got the government, trying to cross us out. Yeah, we got the government, trying to. They trying to cross us out, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of this stuff they doing is evil and illegal. And we have to deal with that. And then on top of that, we're trying to, make a situation where we can protect ourselves. And in order for us to do that, we need each other. But as the Caucasian knew, they knew we would need each other, which is the reason why they did what they did to us. They messed up our relationship from the jump. And here's where we are. This very day, we still messed up. this very day. We messed up. And people is just like, okay, well, I want to build something for my family. I want to have my family, but I got to have a woman to to do this thing with. But it seems the women don't want to cooperate. So how do you get them to do it? Well, you sit and listen to what they're saying. So we've been sitting and listening to what they're saying, and they're like, okay, well, you don't have this and you do not have that. You don't have a military, you don't have institutions. Um, you barely have businesses. You Negroes don't go to college. You dumb. You work in blue collar jobs. We don't want blue collar jobs. We want dudes as ballers and basketball stars and rappers, and dudes that's making 6 and 7 figures and all of this junk. We want all of that. They want all of this stuff. But at the same time, okay, we're listening. And I'm like, okay, bet. So I'm not 6 figures, I'm not 6 freaking feet. I don't got the other six, so called. And then uh kinda ugly. I don't look like Genuine or what he used to look like, or Morris Chestnut, you know what I'm saying? So so you don't got the $1 million. You don't got the Hellcat or whatever the hell kind of car it is that be getting these females all greasy, you know. So what can you do if you're a regular Joe? What can we do? The topic today is what we as black men have to offer versus what we are accused of not having. Okay, they tell us we don't have anything. But then you got the black dudes who do have it all, but they not the ones that's choosing up on them. They playing around with them because they already know what it is. Last week, I said I was speaking about Ryan Coogler and his wife, and how she was the one who bought him his $300 software for writing scripts, and how that was the honorable thing for her to do since she was with him. He's her protector, and she's his support system. And in relationships and marriages, especially when you get married, you take vows. And when you take vows, one of those vows is for better, for worse, for richer, for poor. And as soon as we say for better, for worse, these females go straight to, oh, punching me in the face or doing me horrible. Nah, those were your nigga choices. You chose niggas. Okay? For better, for worse means, yeah, we was doing good, but now the economy sucks. Even though I'm still $1 million dude, and we can't go on 15 trips a week anymore. We just speeding up the street in the Lamborghini, and doing two-wheel motion in the Bentley. We can't do that anymore because that costs too much. If I get a scratch on the Bentley, then that's $300,000 I gotta fix for one little door, for one little nick. Can't afford that no more. That's the worst in some cases, in financial situations. Or you could just lose your job and you're not able to do any of it. You might have to move out of the mansion, move into a 5-bedroom, $300,000 house instead of a $3 million house. That could be worse. Okay, in sickness and in health, we already have seen through the our brother Kevin Sam how he had a whole female that was up here on the show looking for a whole husband while her cancer fighting husband was in the hospital fighting for his life. She's on alive with the rest of the nation seeking a man. Okay, that's messed up, but that's reality, and that's what we have to deal with. So I'm just like, all right, bet we listening to them, we figuring it out what they want. They want all the stuff, but we don't have any of the stuff. We just regular Joes. Okay? The equation is already being done. These individuals they're seeking are the 1%. And we know out here in the real world, the people you like most of the time do not like you. Okay? So you have to go with that saying that they say, get in where you're fitting. Sometimes the people, you know, you weren't looking at were looking at you the whole time, and they might like you more than you like them. And a lot of the times we're never taught that. You know, the pimping guy, I forget his name. He said, a lot of these young boys are taught wrong. They out here chasing these females that got the hot bodies and junk, and these females don't like you. They like the dudes with the money because they know they can get them dudes with the money. They know that. They might see you and think you nice and cool right now, but they're not thinking about you. You would be a afterthought type of emergency. Emergency. Let me get a man plan. That's what you're the emergency dude. So after she done got a bunch of kids or a bunch of trauma, she might be thinking about you, but not while she winning. So these individuals that we're being compared to, we can never amount to these super millionaire dudes. They're a rarity. So I'm not saying that we should try it, but no. Not everybody's going to be a multi-millionaire. Some of us are just going to be, the 100,000 in the 100,000 crowd. Okay, I got $200,000. I got 300,000. You know what I'm saying? I make that every 2 years. Not every year, but maybe every 2 years, 2.5. I can make 300,000. I got a couple of things. We can go on a couple of trips. We pretty comfortable. We got about 2 bars of gold. Okay, the $300,000 one is up to $415,000 a bar now, but we can do that. Okay, but that's not what's popular. And I want us to kind of go through these things, these ideas, so we can finally say, okay, well, bet. Since I'm not this, what the hell can I be then? You understand? So, what we have to offer. What do we have to offer as black men? Okay. First thing, I would say systems, order, and structure. As a man, period. In any given situation, you have to be able to command a situation, because that's what it is. Some men are natural leaders. Some men, are natural supporters. Some dudes don't want to get out here and command some things. Some dudes, they just not them kind, and there's no slight to them. It's not. Not everybody is a get out there and be in the front type of leader. Some people know how to help the leader lead. Some people know how to be the support role. Some people know how to help you delegate. Some people know how to do the work. Sometimes you're just a dude that's going to do the work. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their role. And in this society, we have forgotten that, and we think, in terms of, everybody got to be a star. Because now that we got these cell phones and everybody can just turn on a live and have an opinion, we're living in these grandiose, ideologies within ourselves. You get one viral video, and now, you got your shades on, and you thinking you're a little Instagram star or a little, TikTok star or whatever the hell. But there's more to this situation than that. Systems, order, and structure. This is what, leadership men bring to relationships. And this is what we have been missing, because in our youth and in our parents' youth, I would say within the last 65 years, because my mom was 67, okay? 67 to 65 years ago, feminism came in and destroyed our families. Okay, we had strong men in our families. The boomers, they may not have been the best parents, but a lot of them tried their best. Okay, then Generation X came. All right, and I think I'm a part of that crowd, but most of us were without our fathers. I knew I was. I grew up in many hoods, and I never seen fathers steady in their kids' lives. I seen them come and go. They would come, the dad would always be somewhere else other than in the house with his kid. It was rare that you would see a father in the hood in the same house with his kid and his wife and the mama. It was rare. Either it was unstable, in and out, or not at all. And that's how I grew up. Or you had stepdad. Stepdad be all right for a while, then mama, fall out with him. Now stepdad gone. You come after school one day, you think he gonna be there, and then this empty house, all the stuff gone. You're like, damn, what the hell happened? So, with that went our leadership. When young boys do not have proper leadership in the house, in the home, with them every day, dealing with their mama, that is a problem. Because a lot of females today, they think, well, I grew up with no man in my house and I'm just fine. And I heard that throughout the whole marriage I was in and a couple of relationships after that. And these females were never fine. Never. We all need our fathers. We need our mothers, okay? We were created by two parents, and that's how it was designed to be. Anything else is unnatural, and the unnatural is what we have been reaping. All these kids out here shooting and robbing and doing all kind of dummy nigga stuff, having shootouts in Georgia and Atlanta at gas stations everywhere you go, all over the nation. It's always these fatherless Negroes. Always. Even the females be out here shooting out. I'm like, how you got lace fronts on, tight, buddy clothes on, your nails done, and you out here shooting? Like, that's some overly masculine junk. Like, what the hell are you doing? These individuals needed to be Marines. Okay, I could guarantee you, if you took these same individuals and put them somewhere, in a firefight situation, I don't know. Give them a real reason to be firing a gun, I don't think they do too well. Then some of them, we might have a winner. But this is the reason why we are the way we are. Fatherlessness. People say, oh, well, that's a stereotype. Okay, because stereotypes are created on generalities, and generalities are created off of averages. And on average, most of us come from fatherless homes. Most of us came from an unbalanced situation. Most of us were a lot undisciplined. Most of us was out here making bad decisions. Why? Because we ain't had no daddy to bust us in the head when we was doing stupid stuff. Okay? Hence, old dads wasn't simping. New dads be simping. Okay? Kemet 3432 says Cleopatra movement is not new. Hold on. G Getnick says we need our own political party. I thought the Gullah War was our start to fight back. They owned our women, and during the U.S. and during the slavery and us during slavery. He says they still own us. Raise every fist and swing Khalid Muhammad. Yes. But during Khalid Muhammad's time, we were somewhat still fighting for the family. Okay. During Khalid's time, we had a almost awakening moment. with the rap scene. I won't say rap because rap is absence of what do you call it? Insight or wakefulness. I don't want to say woke because that sounds stupid. But um there was no the what is it? What's the word? I just had it. The awakened crowd, I'm gonna just say that. Okay? The enlightened crowd, the KRS ones, you know, the the higher level hip hop, the MC Lights, the Queen Latifahs, the Fight the Power people, the EPMDs, the the Flavor Flaves, and all of these individuals. These were the people that were teaching us, the historical, you know, ideals of blackness and how we needed to stand for something. And it was kind of working, cause the youth was like, I bet I got these individuals. They trying to wake me up inside. Okay, we wearing the Africa medallions and stuff. We wearing the crowns and stuff. We got the shades on with the red, black, and green jackets and stuff. And we piecing each other up. At the same time, we had drugs. We was fighting the drug war still. But that was the reason for us having the dudes and the females trying to wake us up with the conscious, right? Yeah, consciousness. Yeah, that was the reason why we had that. Okay? So that was during Khalid Muhammad's time, the 90s. 89 to about 97. But coon foolery and niggatry crept in, and that killed the consciousness. What crept in? The freaknickery. Okay? You want to be out here bouncing your junk and slobbing random knobs and all this stuff? Okay, bet. They put it in the songs. They put it on, and it blew up. It set fire everywhere. That became the majority, and that influenced the horrible behavior. Hence, the ruining of the nation that we were trying to create. So yes, we could have, raised every fist and swing, aka Khalid Muhammad, but the momentum was killed. There, G. Gesnick. Okay. Kemet 432 says 100,000 is propaganda. Whatever they program black women with, they listen to. Why would we want to see the jabbed? What is that? Jab ed. What is that? G. Getnick says, starting a political party is the way. Black power. Yeah, but that's just one way. We are ultimately defeated. We're on the ground. We have bled out. We're turning into a skeleton at this point. Okay, we are in the decomposition phase of our debt as black people. Eventually, the skeleton that we're turning into is going to be kicked around and scattered apart. And after that, the skeleton going to be crushed and turned into dust. It will be nothing. This is where we are. We're dead. We're dead already. We need to be brought back to life before we hit that skeleton. Okay? 432 says, why blame women when it's just the U.S.? No, it's not about blaming the women. It's about all of us having our part. Okay? Everybody has their part. This generation is weak. We're a weak generation of individuals where you cannot even tell people what the hell they doing wrong without, explaining yourself into the problem. I've gone through so many situations like that where people was just so weak. I'm like, hey, I got a problem with this thing right here. Well, why you gotta always bring up my problem? You do this and you do that and you do this. Okay, well, we're not talking about me. We could talk about me after I'm talking about you. So after we leave this conversation, both of us got a lot of homework to do. This is where we are in relationships. Nobody can hear about what they need to do without pointing the finger at somebody else. That's some childish junk. We're a bunch of children. I'm sick of it, man. Now I stood my happy self on some steps in Louisville, uh, in damn Louisville, Kentucky, having a heat stroke, and people took pictures of that and thought it was a hard picture. Yeah, that's a hard picture, man. Y'all some revolutionaries. Nah, I was about to die. While individuals are making threats to the government, and I'm staring white boys with guns aimed at us on top of rooftops. I did all of that in the effort to, make us look good and give so-called black women something to look forward to in protection, because, one of our females was gunned down, unjustly and in the most disgusting type of way. So I went and supported that numerous times. But to say I got to support this foolery, no, we cannot build anything. We cannot build a nation. We cannot do no type of revolution, nothing with masses of us until we can learn how to treat each other and be something to, just on an individual basis. Just be a good human being. Don't be freaking a dirtbag to your brother or your sister. This is like kindergarten stuff. Yeah, we can get a political party, sure. But what the hell are we going to be voting for? Miss Tammy Dorsey, how are you? She says, yeah, unfortunately, we are guilty of that nonsense until we get older, then realize our mistakes. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. We should be teaching our younger generation to not have to get older. Look back. Teach your kids to look back. And it's not even hard anymore. It's not that they have to look in books anymore. They got live video recordings of stuff that has dates on it. Hey kid, look up this video right here about black people. What the hell we were doing in 2013, or what the hell we was doing in 2008, or what we was doing in 01 or 99 even. Look up these videos of what was being said in the media. Well, look up these events that were going on in the so-called black community. This is what we could do for these kids, and they could come away with a live view of our malfunction and what they need to not do. See, the smart kids, they're gonna be like, hey, I watched them videos that Dad showed us, and you know what happened? Even back then, that's not even that far. Everybody was doing the same thing, pointing the finger, saying, well, it's not my fault, it's your fault. I don't got nothing to do with that. That was somebody else. But what are you doing? I did stupid stuff in my youth, I ate that. But you know what I did not do? I didn't hide the fact from my kids and be like, hey, well, it's just gonna happen to you too. No. You don't gotta go through that. No, son. No, daughter. You don't have to go through that. This is what I did. I said this. I should not have done that. I should not have gone here. I should not have said that and done this thing right here. That set me up for the fail, and here I am. You don't want to be here. Do not do those things. Now, if they go and choose to do those things, that's on them. But this is where we are, and this is how we need to regulate our homes as men. Okay? Well, y'all wilding in the comments with this political stuff. But whatever. It be what it be. We're gonna get some solutions. Now here's a video that is suggesting black men do not value black women or family. Because, this is what is being said. So I want to give, a good, balanced argument to how we need to better ourselves. Let me turn my volume up so I can see. Y'all let me know if you can hear the video.
We can't find nobody to measure up to what we want. Man, I'm a little frustrated today. So I don't even know what direction this video gonna go in, man. So y'all gonna have to forgive me if I go off on a real bad tangent today. I just been thinking, man, we got a lot of confusion in our culture, man. Society is feeding us a bunch of different narratives that we are participating in. A lot of us don't even realize that we participating in this shit, but nonetheless it's going on, so it's a problem. It's a lot of different ones that I can speak on or whatever, but the main one that I want to speak on today is the fact that they done taught black men and black women to be so against each other that I don't even know if we're gonna be able to recover from this shit. It's kind of hard to stay positive about it when it's so bad, and it's been like this for a long ass time. But me being at the point that I'm at today, where I know what's important to me as a man, you know what I'm saying? I know what I really want as a man, and I see what can actually fix a lot of the different issues that we got in our community. And I'm gonna just get it to you like this, man. I feel like the one thing that can help us the most kind of get on track to where we carrying ourselves like kings and queens is the family structure. And it's so fucked up because just look at the popular music. Megan Thee Stallion, she just dropped. And she a good rapper. She know how to put words together real fucking good. I give her that. But she just perpetuate the same narrative that is taking us further and further away from healing. You know what I'm saying? And I already know what a lot of women gonna say. Men been down in women for a long time in music, and I ain't saying that we get a pass for that shit, because we definitely did. We definitely do. Shit, I used to rap at one point in time. I done said some shit about bitches and hoes and this and that when I was rapping. But that's because I was young and fucking dumb. And I ain't realized the value that a family, well, actually, I take that back. Now, don't let me lie. I knew the value of a family, but I was so caught up in what we was being force fed. You know what I'm saying? All the rappers, they made it seem like being single, having a lot of money, and having a whole bunch of women was the cool thing to do. And now that I'm older, the cool thing to do is to have a family, to raise your kids, to grow up and be something. Try your best to have your kids in one household if you can. You know, and I say that with having 2 kids from a woman that I'm not with no more. But I can tell y'all that because of going through that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing more that I would like to be able to do than to be able to have a whole family, you know, with the, you know, with my kids and their mama. But it ain't work out like that. We didn't start our relationship in the right way. We ain't based our relationship on the right principles when we first met, so it fell apart. And sometimes shit just don't work out. But we ain't got enough people trying to tell us about this type of shit before we get to the point of kids being brought into this world. I just had a conversation with my homegirl a couple hours ago. This girl is a nurse. She got a great career ahead of her. She young, like 28. She ain't got no kids. You know what I'm saying? And she want to settle down. But she got the problem that a lot of other people that got their shit together got. She look around, she dating, and she trying to find somebody to be with. And the dating pool is full of fucking misfit ass niggas. And it's because of the music. It's because of the shit we been taught. We ain't being taught to go out and get ourselves together and really be able to provide for your woman before you start having kids and all that type of shit. We ain't being taught that. We being taught to be real niggas. We being taught to be bad bitches. You know what I'm saying? And we being taught to get over on each other. We ain't being taught to find somebody that's gonna treat you the way you want to be treated, and you give them your all and he give you his all and all that. Motherfuckers ain't being taught that shit. We being taught these bitches ain't no good, so you better make sure you do what you gotta do to make sure you don't get your heart broke. You need to learn red pill knowledge. You need to pump and dump. Because a woman's nature, she is going to cheat on you. She's going to always want more than you. Instead of saying, hey, you know, women's nature is like this. So in order for you to be able to find a woman that's going to fit you, this is what you need to do. We ain't being taught that. We being taught all the bad shit about women and beware, be scared. Go out there and play on them because they going to play on you. So you better go ahead and do what you got to do first before she get to you. And vice versa, women being taught the same shit. So then when a woman get to a point, or a man, both of us, when men and women get to a point where we done been through the bullshit and we done did our young, dumb shit, we got that out the way. And now we get ourselves to a point where we want to go out there and have a real family and settle down and build something that's worthwhile, build a legacy and raise some kids up to go out there and do some shit that they can to better the world or something like that. Possibly could be the next Barack Obama or something like that.
For more than a century, the products we design have been constrained by the capabilities of processing.
Now we looking around and we can't find nobody to measure up to what we want. Because there's so many dumb motherfuckers running around being spoon-fed this dumb shit. They done been trained to fuck over each other. So now a person that got their heart in the right place gotta deal with this bullshit. And a lot of times they end up getting their ass taken advantage of.
How many people really understand what's really being said about, in this video? Like, I know just from my personal, my personal experiences, unfortunately, this dude, he talking everything I've been through. I'm pretty sure he talking to a bunch of you in here that's gonna see this video. I'm pretty sure he's talking to you. Okay? Mr. Jerome Page says, I fully agree with the video. Thank you for agreeing, because that's why I picked this video. Go to this man's page and follow his junk, man. But it's too much of us out here doing the same things over and over. Like, we as black people are in a horrible place right now. And just like he said, I've been feeling this way. I think it's gonna be another 120 years before we see any goodness come out of our out of our lineage. We too far gone. I think there's groups of us who are good and that wants to do good with each other. I think we that have the good mindsets, that have the good abilities, the talents and skills, and the education to do such, and the spiritual, wherewithal to do, we should get with each other. And, let the chips fall where they may. But to be out here trying to, repair this junk, it's a no-go. And this goes into the whole revolutionary thing. How you gonna save people who think you less than anyway? How you gonna be out here with the cape on for people who think you less than anyway? You can't be out here pushing the cape on to go save somebody who just 5 days ago would have said you was trying to be a rapist, for asking him out on a so-called date or what, or you approach him in public or what, or you walk up to him and you just say, hey, how you doing? Or you holding the door. Like, these are the same individuals. I have gone through this junk. Like, are you serious? I experienced it down there when we was doing the whole protest. Like, there was really individuals down there that was really on some BS. I'm like, oh, really? We doing a whole protest for you and you out here with that? All right. Bet. Yeah, Jerome Page says, being there, done all of that. 6 kids in the mix, 4 grown. Hey, man, however you taking care of your kids, man, at least you take care of your kids, man. That's all we can do out here. Just take care of your damn kid, But the topic is what we as men have to offer, and we're going to get to that. We got to, make a little preliminary statement. We got to get to the little pieces and parts of the ideals of what the hell is wrong with us. And then we're going to, come to some type of resolution. But here's another guy. Okay? This one is most irritating to me. This one is most irritating, but it's true to a point. Hold on.
Podcast got you brothers out here really tripping, man. Y'all want to keep comparing black women to women of other races as it pertains to their femininity, but you don't want to compare yourself to their men as it pertains to your masculinity. Those women's men have governments. They have militaries. They have economies where they provide for their people, in particular their women. You want black women to be so soft for you, but they on the same plantation with you and you ain't provide them with no freedom. freedom. All you want to do is vote for a white man to change your life. You want to go get a white man to give you a job. If the white man is providing everything for you, how a woman supposed to have respect for you and your masculinity? You ain't fighting for black folks' autonomy. You ain't fighting to create your own stuff for black people, for our women to be comfortable with us. If you are not a part of the liberation struggle, you deserve a hard woman because you a bitch. Bitter Men Podcast got you brothers out here really tripping, man. Y'all want to keep comparing black women to women of other races as it pertains to their femininity, but you don't want to compare yourself to their men as it pertains to your masculinity. Those women's men have governments. They have militaries. They have economies where they provide for their people, in particular their women. You want black women to be so soft for you, but they on the same plantation with you and you ain't provide them with no freedom. All you want to do is vote for a white man to change your life. You want to go get a white man to give you a job. If the white man is providing everything for you, how a woman supposed to have respect for you and your masculinity? You ain't fighting for black folks' autonomy. You ain't fighting to create your own stuff for black people, for our women to be comfortable with us. If you are not a part of the liberation struggle, you deserve a hard woman because you a bitch.
Now, if we heard everything he said, he spoke partially correctly, okay? But what we're going to see in these videos is that there's a lot of generalization of, our, black male persons. There's going to be a lot of generalizing. And you should not really do that. You have to compartmentalize in order to solve a problem, put every variable in its proper place. And this is what does not go on with us as black people, black males, and black women, okay? We got many tiers of foolery. We got many tiers of good. We got many tiers of niggotry, okay? We got many tiers of hyena culture. We got many different tiers of the ratchetness. And we have to classify all of those layers. We have to classify them. Okay, there's a difference between, niggas. There's a difference between, streetwalkers. There's a difference between, males and men and gentlemen and kings. Okay, the same thing is the same hierarchy with females. You got the streetwalker, you got the female, you got the woman, you got the lady, and you got the queen. Okay? We're not speaking about, the dirtbag niggas that don't take care of their kids. We're not speaking about them. We're talking about the good dudes that got their stuff together, that's out here struggling and, struggling to make, things come together. We talking about us out here. Now, he said some interesting things. He was like, okay, bet. Y'all want these soft women, these female, these super feminine individuals, but what do you have, for them to be feminine with you for? Now that what he's speaking about plays into the whole conditional femininity nonsense, which is what is unfair, because we as men, we do not get to be conditionally masculine. Okay? I don't get just like I made the analogy the other day. There's no such thing as me, walking in the house with high heels on, mascara, and a lace front and some eyelashes with my beard and all this junk like these rainbow warriors do, okay? There's no such thing as me doing that and still being respected as a man in my house, because I don't feel like, my so-called woman is doing like she's supposed to. I don't get to say, hey, because, you're not acting right, I'm not gonna be fully masculine. So I'm gonna let me put these eyelashes on real quick. Let me paint my fingernails up and get some eagle talons real fast, like these females out here. Let me go get a lace front and swing my freaking hair around and all of this junk, real quick. Let me get some high heels and some leggings on. You understand? I don't get to do that. Why? Because I'm a man. And this is the standard that we're saying, okay, well, if y'all want things equal, then you don't get to do that stuff anymore either. Since y'all want to talk about the double standard, let's not have double standards then. We know in nature there's double standards everywhere. There's natural double standards, okay? Double standard is, well, a natural double standard is females get more attention and affection than men. Why? Because of their so-called assumed soft nature. Okay? They have a natural need to be protected. They have a natural need to be shielded and provided for. Why? Because they're weaker in their vessel, not meaning they're lesser. No. It means they don't have the type of physical strength that we have. So naturally, we have to protect them. That's what that means. Has no bearing, it has nothing to do with them not being capable, which is what a lot of people misconstrue in this generation. I don't know what the hell. I think this new generation is smart when it comes to devices, but kind of dumb when it comes to actual knowledge. Okay? Not the smartest generation when it comes to words. But I digress. That is a double standard. Okay? Women you can see a woman walking. Well, you can see a woman and a man walking in the rain. Both of them are loaded down with groceries, and they just walking to their house on the same street. That woman will get picked up 10 times before anybody even looks at that man. Why? Because he's a man. You're just supposed to suck it up. That's a natural double standard. Happened to me all the time. Okay? You see a female struggling with a car, at least 5 dudes on that street is gonna stop. At least 5. You got maybe 6 or 7 that might blow the horn and be like, hey, you're all right. They ain't not gonna stop, but they'll check and see if you're good, while they still rolling in the car, And then you got the other individuals who, they'll kind of go call somebody for you. Man, on the other hand, you might get 2 dudes that'll come by and actually help you. Everybody else will be like, damn, I would help, but I got somewhere to be real quick. You all right, though? Double standard. It's natural. Okay? Why? Because we men. Now, if they want true equality, then that means all the double standards, natural and otherwise, go out the window. And that's pretty insane. That's going to make it really brutal for them, which is what has been coming up. There have been numerous situations now where females are like, oh, well, these dudes are not, helping us like they used to. They not stopping and checking on us when we out here struggling with stuff like they used to. They're not opening doors like they used to, you know what I'm saying? Because of that whole Me Too junk. The whole stop, approaching me in public junk. The whole, why you looking at me at the gym junk. Now dudes at the gym see a female struggling with the weight, she getting choked to death. They just like, oh, well, let me turn the other way. I don't want to get accused of eye gripping somebody and get charged and lose everything I'm trying to attain out here. This is a reality. This junk is getting insane. But he's like the guy. He says we don't have any systems. We do not have any institutions. We do not have any military. We do not have any type of, banking systems. Okay, bet, sir. We did have that, but it was bombed. It was stolen. It was just taken by way of military. Basically, Black Wall Street, Rosewood, Greenwood, all the other ones. There was about 75 of them, of our towns and cities that we created that was far better than the Caucasians at that time. Okay? We had billions of dollars of wealth amongst us, okay? Billions. If you took that same word and applied it to today's, financial system, it'll probably be up in the trillions of dollars of worth. But we had those things. Now, the only thing I would say about our ancestors was about after the World War II, or the First World War, whichever one it was, they came back And instead of them, forming their own military against the will of the Caucasians during that time, which they could have done because they were not that strong at the time, our people were making airplanes. We knew how machine guns worked. We could make those. They were fairly simple, okay? Black people were master machinists. We were master engineers. We were master mathematicians. We were master everything. We could have done all of this stuff. But what did we do? We got complacent. We didn't create the institutions. We still had the coon in the mind a little bit. And instead of us, saying, well, we need to protect ourselves from these Caucasian individuals, we need to just, go somewhere else and don't make no threats. After we just, got done, killing their enemies for them and losing those of our own race, in that same war, killing somebody else's enemies, okay? This is what we thought. We thought it was a good idea to not come back and make a military, or to not come back and create schools, or, to not stay on those individuals who had created the schools, to stay independent. Instead, what did we do? We succumbed to the white man and their force. Even after our cities were bombed, we still had, all black schools that were doing better than Caucasians. But what happened? We started to believe the hype. Maybe the white man's ice is really colder. Maybe we should go over there and go to the white man's school and just, force them to like us and all of this stuff and endure foolery. This is what we did. This is what our ancestors did, okay? But instead of us, the new generation, saying, hey, let's do something different, we doing nothing at all. Now, I know I'm a freedom fighter. I'm out here doing exactly what he said. But that does not equate. Well, I won't say it doesn't equate. Well, no, it does. That does not equate to work out here amongst these females who were taught to disrespect you no matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you're a freedom fighter. It does not matter if you're a revolutionary. It does not matter if you got the money or you do not. They not taught to be respectful. That's what the ideal of feminism does. You a man, period. Okay? So when somebody has been taught to disrespect you solely off of the basis that you are a gender, there's nothing you can do. Which is what these dudes are out here crying about. It's not that they're blaming women. It's not that they're saying women are this and women are that. No. This is an impossible reality. What the hell are you supposed to do to people who's trained to not freaking like you simply because you're a damn man? Like, hell out of here. On one hand, okay, well, protect black women. On the other hand, why you out here being a simp? Why you out here, being thirsty? I'm just trying to hold it open for you, man. You goofy. Good day, ma'am. How you doing? Well, nobody talk like that no more. But nigga from the street send you a F you, bitch. How you doing? What that A do? What that mouth do first thing in the morning? Oh, you all ears then. All damn ears. It's not a joke. It's for real. Like, this is what the climate is like, and we can apply that same type of mentality to all the rest of it. Okay? It does not matter what we do out here. What we do or what we do not do does not really, disqualify us. It's the fact that we are men and we're in a situation that, males have been taught against. And then we're black males on top of that. And truthfully speaking, these females out here that actually are freedom fighters and want, the freedom fight to be won, those type of females are small in number. The rest of these females are, governmental daddy assistants They like the white man's life because they provided for. They don't need no man. Okay? They can go complain to the cops. They can come scoop you up and throw you in the jail, and you be gone while she can do whatever the hell she want to do with your kids and all of this junk. That's what it be. Been there, done that. This is what we fighting out here. Like, we do have to create some systems. I have a school, a technological school that I'm, in process of, doing the underwriting for. I'm checking out black people who have created schools. Dr. Umar, I know Dr. Umar is kind of janky when it comes to the school, and everybody done said he done been out here 10 years almost with the school, but he got it up. It's up now. I think they're going to be boarding people soon, but it's not an easy process. If I want to create an entity that only deals with my people, then I have to hop through all types and kinds of hoops, and I want to be successful at hopping through them hoops the first time. Not we in class and we got a line of Caucasian terrorists outside that want to, come in, and they got AR-15s in their back pocket and junk. Nah, we not. But on my contract it says, if you are not of the lineage of so-called blickety black, oh, now we're discriminatory. Nah, this is private school. So, no. You got every other school in the rest of the United States to go to. Get away from my door. That's what I want to do. That would be my institution where our kids can learn technology, high math, high science, high whatever the hell we got that we're trying to do, and make creational ideals and things from. Hold on. I hate this damn thing. All right, back. But this is where we are. If I want a soft woman, I have to have this, that, and the other thing. If I want my woman to not curse me and call me a ban, you know what ban is an acronym for? A B, a bitch, a nigga, okay? Not call me a ban every day because I don't have $1 billion, or I'm not built like whoever the hell. You body shaming me, but I can't body shame you. This is the stuff that we have to go through out here, all because of stuff like this dude is talking about. Okay? Yeah, he had some points, but he's skewed too. We're all affected by it. All of us are affected. We all partially retarded in this situation. You see? What's up, Mickey Briggs 2.0? Real talk, he says. Tammy Dorsey says, the Caucasian had help from our own to get us in this position. Exactly. But now that we're stuck and we're, the chess move has been realized and we're in the defeated position, how the hell do we get out of it? And just like old buddy said, the only way we can get out of this position is to recreate the families, which is, that's the catch-22. How can you create the family when we've been taught against being a family? There's a thing in the Bible called repentance. Okay? Anytime the Most High, creator of all, had come down on the people and they was, doing wrong, it was like, look, I'm gonna give you all a specific amount of time to change your ways and, repent. Or else, you're not going to be here. Well, I'm going to take your title away from you and take my hand off of you and protection and stuff. I'm not going to rock with you no more. Okay? That's repentance. Repentance is the changing of ways. Now, what do we know about changing ways? Changing your habits. Changing your thought process. What does that entail? That means you got to spend days thinking about it, or a couple of months putting it into action, a year putting those actions into actual processes and making a lifestyle out of that thing. Okay? You didn't turn into a streetwalker overnight. That was a process. You didn't turn into a drug dealer overnight. That was a process. You were socialized into that foolery. Okay? Once you were socialized into it, it took a traumatic event or something in your head broke and caused you to go on and walk that thing out. Okay? No, any female that ever told me, oh, I was cheating because, it just happened. I was just over his house and, stuff just happened. It ain't nothing just happened. There's no such thing as a coincidence. No such thing. Everything is on purpose or indirectly associated. Okay? I mean that. You don't just go to a dude's house and just be over there thinking you an adult female and he's just your friend. There's only one type of dude that's going to be a friend of a female, and it's true and genuine. That's a dude that grew up with a female from they was babies. That's the only way a dude can actually be somebody's female like that, unless he just one of them genuine dudes who don't be having no double-sided feelings. And that's not most dudes. So those types are very special and super rare. So we can go on and get that delineation, drawn in the sand already. Those dudes are rare. Most men are not your friend as a female. They're not. They just waiting on their chance for you to want to cry on their so-called shoulder, or you cry on the D, as they say. You don't go to no man's house, no time period, especially not in no damn nighttime hours. Crap out of here. These people out here are just insane with the foolery. And then we got the music that is the backdrop to all of this nonsense. Okay? That's the propaganda. First, they socialize you into the malfunction. They present you with the malfunction, and then they give you a slight reward. Okay? Once they see you taking the reward, then they sprinkle on the propaganda to make the malfunction seem popular. Now that the malfunction is popular, let's propagate that everywhere. Not everybody's doing the same thing. There was a time when our foolery was regional. Oh, what them people over there on the East Coast doing? Oh, they on some bull crap, man. They out there, fatherless kids everywhere, just people running around with blonde hair looking like anime characters and junk, and BBLs. Just what the hell is that? You women on the other side, they regular. We still got fathers and families intact. Then all of a sudden, here come damn Megan the horse, Cardi B, C and D, freaking Glorilla. I'm like, damn, could you have put a more ugly individual out here? Like, ugh. I know I don't look that great, but damn. Anyway, why in the hell? People don't really see the foolery behind the propaganda. Why would a woman that looks like Megan, the so-called horse, aka stallion, okay, why would she name herself Stallion when a stallion is a male horse? Mayor is a female horse. Why she didn't call herself Megan the Mayor, since she's so, feminist? Why would you want to label yourself anything remotely male? Anybody think about that? Why would Glorilla name herself a gorilla? That's the most aggressive type animal. The mama gorilla is the more submissive one. But you wanna embody the ideals of a man all while hating on the dude. That's insane to me. That's like me saying I hate these females and whoop-de-whoop, but I go out and get a lace front and a BBL, and I be out here with blonde hair and junk like an anime character, and eagle talons and junk. Would I not be insane? I'm just saying. Got another video. Here's this guy. Turn my mic off.
Attracted to good women. If most black men, 7 out of 10 black men, had the choice between a quote unquote good woman and the woman that the modern woman, the woman they complain about a lot, 7 out of 10 will choose the woman that they complain about and hope and wish and pray that they can change her or modify her. That's the truth. As much as we talk about we don't like the tattoos, the weave, the baby hairs, loud, belligerent, sexually explicit, little to no clothes on, high body count, the truth is, if it was between that and a wholesome, Christian, modest woman, she's attractive, she's in shape, she dresses nice, but she's covered up, you can't see everything, there's not a whole bunch of tattoos and all those kinds of things, most men are going to choose the very woman that they say they don't want. Most black men don't want a good woman. Most black men are not attracted to good women. If most black men, 7 out of 10 black men, had the choice between a quote unquote good woman and the woman that the modern woman, the woman they complain about a lot, 7 out of 10 will choose the woman that they complain about and hope and wish and pray that they can change her or modify her. That's the truth. As much as we talk about we don't like the tattoos, the weave, the baby hairs, loud, belligerent, sexually explicit, little to no clothes on, high body count, the truth is, if it was between that and a wholesome, Christian, modest woman, she's attractive, she's in shape, she dresses nice, but she's covered up, you can't see everything, there's not a whole bunch of tattoos and all those kinds of things, most men are going to choose the very woman that they say they don't want.
Now, we heard that. We heard what he said very clearly. I know for a fact that I have done this in my life. I know. Just like we say, the people we want are most of the time not the people that like us. The people we like do not like us, and the people that like us, we do not like. Most of the time, we as men, we choose these body types, you know, and now that this so-called BBL type figure is out here floating around every damn where, okay, now it's kind of like, like, who cares? Okay, you behind this giant. Okay, so how much did it cost? $30,000? Exactly. Who cares? But these are the type of females we go for. And just like I was speaking with some dude and some female, you know, that I know, she was having problems with dudes. And we were talking about that. It was like, yo, you notice how these females with these figures and these dudes with this extra junk, you know, they be with everybody. They the dudes that all the females want to be with. But the females get with him and then be angry because the dudes don't want to just be with one individual. What do you think? He got the junk everybody want. He don't have the discipline to say no. There's no reward in that. This is the society we live in. Good is not rewarded. Stability is not rewarded. Discipline is not rewarded. Okay? Same with these females. The females with that shape. Okay, all the dudes want her. Guess what? What can she get with that shape? Bills paid. Lace fronts. Hair did. Okay? Shopping money. You know, Michael Kors bags or whatever the hell kind of bag. Balenciaga shoes. Red bottoms. Think she not gonna pass her behind around to dudes who got money like that? Absolutely. So when dudes be sad because she don't want to be with just them, what the hell you thought? So this is my point. When old buddy says we want to be with all the horrible people, that's a fact. That is a fact, and we cannot build on that as men. We can't build on that, chasing these horrible females. Forget that. Let these dudes out here have them. Okay, let them be the play toy. Eventually, they're going to grow up and be like, oh, well, damn, I done wasted my time. By that time, it's going to be too late for them. You know, it's sad that they wasted their body like that and all their looks on stupidity, but that's what this society is predicated upon. Idiocy, stupidity, horrible decisions. And we as men got to make better decisions for ourselves, obviously, because these females out here telling us we don't have anything. Okay? I want to have something. And I'm figuring that a lot of you out here want to have something too. So I want to put the information out here so we can do that. But he was 100% factual. We out here chasing all these wonderful, nice looking body having females that got no type of dignity or pride within themselves. They don't have any. The dudes that don't have any kids, the dudes that's not out here with every female, oh, they lame. The dudes that got degrees that's in the house, by a certain time, oh, you lame. The dudes that don't smoke, don't drink, none of that junk, you lame. You don't get the date. You get ghosted. You don't get the call back. Okay? But this is what it is. People say, oh, what this got to do with being a revolutionary and building a nation? You cannot build a nation without families. You cannot build families without couples, and you cannot build couples without stable-minded and, moderately moral individuals. You got to put the gun down. Save your bullets. You don't need to go into the range no more. Crap. We can't even get along as males and females out here. Going to the range for what? Ain't nobody going. Nobody taking out no police. Not one. Not one. I don't know how many times since we done did all of that marching and junk. How many times I heard individuals say, "Oh, it's been another black man shot in the face. It's been another black woman abductified and chopped up and used for pieces and parts and junk. What we gonna do about it?" And what everybody said? Nothing. They did nothing at all. I don't got time for it, man. I just hope the day will never come for me or anybody I love close that, some Caucasian chooses in his insane damn mind to do that to one of mine. That will be the day there will be no more Firestar the War God. Because I will put this warfare to use. And it will be horrible. I will show you that. Now we're going to see what failure really is out here regarding, the ideal of manhood and maleship. What is failure, okay? Since we are failures as men, as black men, since we all failures out here, let's see what the hell we failing at and what failure really means. Let's see what it really means. Okay? We're gonna learn some stuff today, because I'm gonna be something and I'm gonna have me some power. I'm a revolutionary. I'm gonna have everything they talking about we don't have. So forget that. Hold on. The hell? Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted by goddamn freaking YouTube, there is a such thing as fair use, jackass. Anyway, did you all see the video? Did you see when they were talking about what failure is and what it's not? Okay. I played that video to draw the correlation between the things that are said about us as black men. Okay. We don't have this. We always failing. We fail to have institutions. We fail to have a military. We fail to do this, that, and the other thing. Okay, bet. But the key thing he said, but did he put himself in the position to have a proper, victory? Okay? Just like they say, you can't win if you never play the game. Okay? In order to play the game, in order to win, you have to play the game. You have to be in the game and you have to know the rules. Now, just because you're playing the game does not necessarily mean that you will win every time. Sometimes your chance of winning is 1 to 100. Sometimes your chances of winning is 50-50. Sometimes you're just that good. Sometimes you got no chance of winning at all, but you're in the game. You just in there, competing. We as black men are in the game, but we have all the chips stacked against us. So that makes our, the possibility of us having a victory is steep. But are we still playing to win? Absolutely. We just get no camera, action over there while we're, making those plans to do the winning. Okay? Like Shaq said, failure is, the lack of producing, the success. You're supposed to succeed at whatever the hell you're doing. If you don't have the proper outcome, then that was a failure. Now, does failure mean you're worthless? No. You just come back and try again. Okay? We got these people out here telling us, what we have and what we do not have when they themselves don't really have that much to offer. Other than butt crack that's been passed around to every damn body. Like, who wants that? I don't want that. If that junk is a reward to me, no. That's the reward I'm supposed to look forward to for creating a nation, for going against these demonic people, these Caucasians out here, for putting myself in harm's way. That's the reward. I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm better than that. I am better than that. And so many of us other black men are too. I'm 100% with the smoke when it comes to that, to defending us against the foolery. Now, I defend black women when they right, but when they wrong, hell no. Mm-mm. And I want more black women to come out and stop being scared to check these females when they wrong, because this is why, they out here acting crazy, because nobody checking them. When we say stuff, that's going on, and we telling our view about the stuff that's going on with us and between them, okay, we misogynists or we woman haters for telling the truth. But you other women, y'all could smash all of that, because you know what's really good. Y'all know what y'all sisters be talking about in the bathroom, or when y'all be calling on those personal calls and you're gossiping and telling your little stories and junk. Yeah, you know what it is. Y'all know exactly what you be doing. Yeah, they snap, they slapped my video down. I'm gonna see if they're gonna do it for this one. Fair use. YouTube. Fair use. Turn my mic off real quick. This is Iyanla Van Zant and this Ebony female talking about how she don't, want the bus driver guy.
To have you here with us today on the Griot. I want to start, dear, with something that we share, which is that we are both attorneys by trade. You are a lawyer, you have a legal background. And as women in the law, Iyanla, do you believe that lens, that legal lens, informs our perspective and the way we show up in the world as women?
Oh, absolutely. And that's why I got out. Yeah, very masculine, very intellectual, almost stripped and robbed of humanity. It really shows the dichotomy between the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. And for me, it just didn't feed my soul. And so I had to get out.
I feel that, and I do feel that I might have heard on a date or two, Iyanla, that we are not in a courtroom, Ebony. You can put the gavel down, and I do feel it can spill over into the way I show up in my womanhood, which is really the center of this conversation today, Iyanla. We want to discuss masculine energy, feminine energy. I do want to start with kind of a news framing, which is that women's rights across the country, especially black women's rights, they're under attack. Lots of laws are banning abortions. They are regulating what we can and cannot do with our bodies. What do you think happens for black women when this type of siege is at play and we don't feel we have anyone to protect us?
Right. Well, the first thing I think we do is we go into anger. We go into anger without a clear ask. Doesn't make sense to be angry unless you've got to ask. What is it that you're asking for? People can say anything in the world, but that doesn't mean that they get a right to do it. It doesn't mean that they get a right to affect you. But because so many of us are programmed and conditioned and educated to think like men, we respond like men. And when I mean men, I don't mean two-legged beasts. I mean in the masculine energy, and it becomes competitive, it becomes aggressive, it becomes againstness. And that's not who we are as women. It just isn't. And I think for black women, particularly for us, the way that we've been programmed and conditioned and educated in the society to expect less, to accept less, To be angry and to complain, but to not really step into our authentic self, our authentic power as women, and create what we want, even if that's create the demand. Oh, no, not here, not today.
Okay, I hear you articulating, Ayanla, this masculine energy traits, the competitiveness, the assertiveness. Tell me how you would frame
Aggressiveness,
feminine traits.
aggressiveness,
Aggressive. Okay.
grace.
Aggressive.
Yeah, aggressive, not assertive. It's okay for a woman to be assertive. Grace, first of all. I think we've lost our grace. We move in such a harsh and hard way. Grace, compassion, um, nurturing, nourishing, elegance. How about majesty? How about divinity? How about holiness? This is not a language you hear coming out of most women's mouths, but they'll talk about being a boss, being a diva, being, in charge. And so many of us are either not seated in our throne as queens, or we're in the throne and the crown is crooked, meaning we're in the throne and we don't really know how to hold that place without the masculine aggressiveness and demanding and attachment. And it's killing us. It really is.
So in a recent interview with our dear friends over at the Breakfast Club that went very viral for very good reason, you said that women are being trained to be men in skirts. I will acknowledge, I will say I was triggered. I was a hit dog, and I hollered to the entire production team to get you here today, because I actually think you're right. I think you're right, Ayanla. I do think that I'll just speak for myself vulnerably. When I think of a masculine posture and what I would expect a man to do in my life, two things come top of mind, and they are provide and they are protect. And when my lived experience, and I think I'm still relatively young, I guess, but I'm 40 in September. So, I've had some relationships. And I've yet to find a man who has shown, this includes even my father, who was absent. I've yet to have a male energy that provided or protected me consistently ever. So I think that I have taken on the reins to protect and provide for myself. Because what I'm not going to do, Ayanla, is be without. Baby, it's not happening.
Be without what?
So that
be
would
without what?
Be without protection, and be without the necessities of life.
Okay.
But I say that with an invitation, Ayanla, check me. Show me the error of my ways. Tell me how I might be missing it, because I might be.
Okay. I too am an alpha woman. So I understand what that means. And I tell people all the time, I was a horrible mother. I was a great father. And I was a horrible mother because I'd never been mothered. So I didn't know how to affirm, how to nurture, how to nourish, how to guide. I knew how to direct, how to demand, how to discipline, and like you said, provide and protect. Those are masculine energies. And the distinction here is men build, women create. So we know how to build. We know how to get to the external and get the work done and drive and push and do it. We don't know how to be still, create it, and allow it to come to us. And I learned that when I lost everything. I learned how to create because I had already built and it all crumbled. The house, the husband, the job, the contracts, the professional career in the world, stripped of it all the attachments, the necessities of life, the creature comforts, until I was stripped down to the bare bone. And then I had to learn how not to build. Build is external. Create is internal. And we as women have the power to create and attract anything we desire. But we don't get still. We won't shut up. And we manage everything through fear, control, and survival, as opposed to feeling, knowing, and blooming or flourishing. Complete different thing. But since we've never been trained, we haven't been taught. So we do it the way we were taught to do it, which is very masculine. And you can create what you want. They don't want to hear that.
Well, I want to hear it. So tell me when the sign up is. I don't want to miss it. Let me know when you're taking registrations on single black motherhood and family life. But she was, by definition, more of a father figure in terms of providing and protecting. And I think that's very common. So according to the U.S. Census, Iyanla, 23% of households in the country are single-parent households, and we know 80% of them are led by women. How does this affect the child, both little girls, little boys, non-binary children? How does that frame their expectation of women when the mother is in charge?
It all depends on what the mother or the woman demonstrates about being a woman. If she's demonstrating that it's hard and it's rough and nobody's helping me and I got to do this and you got to do it this way, then that's what the children are going to get. If she's angry because she's alone, if she's desperate if she's not conscious, if she's not careful. I mean, when I look at the damage that I did to my children, not being clear about who I am as a feminine expression of the chief architect and creator of the universe. When I understand that I didn't know that and how to tap into that and the damage I did to my children who I love with all my heart. As soon as I discovered how off I was, I confessed it to them and asked them to watch me as I rebuilt who I was. And I'm still very alpha, but I'm in my throne and my crown is straight.
Okay. I'm looking forward to straightening my crown, Dr. Iyanla. Let me ask you this. Let's get to the logistics, though. Let's get to the logistics. We know that black women are earning college degrees faster than anybody else. Many of us are doing like we're doing, Iyanla. We're getting those terminal degrees, those JDs, MD, PhDs. We also are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs, along with Latina women in America. Pew Research said that women are now out-earning men
Yes.
in 22 of the largest cities in America, including where I live, New York, D.C., L.A., you name it. When we talk, and I know that you've said that you cannot teach a man or tell a man how to be a man, so I will not ask you to indict men in this question. But I do want you to speak, Iyanla, to how women need to, position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if
a bus
he owns
driver?
the bus? If he owns
No.
it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Okay.
Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well, I would date a bus driver. But we think that it's another human being's responsibility to give us what we need instead of us building together. I can build with a bus driver. I'd have my little stash over on the side in my prenup, but I could build with a bus driver. So I think some of the criteria that we look for in the reality of today keeps us unhappy, keeps us angry, keeps us imbalance. And then when the men show up, we want to beat them up because they're not living up to our standards and criteria. And it's not working, beloved. It's just not working. So it's not that it's bad or wrong. It's obsolete. It's obsolete. We have to come up with a new way of being. I don't believe in carrying a man. A man has to do for himself. My son got his first job when he was 9. 9. Okay? Because you're a black man, you will know how to take care of yourself. But I think the way we measure it, it's just obsolete.
I think that's a factual analysis. For whatever we want, expect, we're told we were going to get, we got to look at the numbers and what's available on the marketplace. So you're certainly not wrong in the analysis. And Yana, let's tell the truth and shame the devil. We know what you got in that prenup would never be little. It'll never be small. Child, that's a big old mound of assets. But that's okay. Let's spend a little more time just so we're
Okay, so we heard of the conversation that they were having, okay? And it was a lot. But I wanted to preface what my point is, okay? I gave you what the failure was, what Shaq and the basketball guys were talking about, okay? And that goes along with how these females are out here telling us we need to have this, that, and everything, all the six triggers, all the body junk that we supposed to have that none of them have. See, we got to go to the gym to get the body stuff that we get. We can't go get a surgery, okay? I got to be the thing that I want to be respected for. I can't go get a surgery and get it. Men, we are judged on what we can attain and what we have and what we can create with our hands. Females, not so much. They're not judged by what they can create or what they can attain. They're judged by the man that they can get and keep that has those things, okay? And by their looks, okay, and their shape and their fitness and whatever, their characteristics. That's what they're judged on. All right? Those two metrics are totally different, but they're equally opposite. Okay? We attract them by what we have. They attract us by how they look. Okay? And somewhere in the middle, we make a negotiation. Now, in the interim, if we find there's, discrepancies with the personality and the characteristics don't match up, we can part ways. But this is the place that we're living at the moment. Okay? They were talking about the expectations. The expectations are not wrong. This goofy generation has something, effed up in their heads about, us expecting things like we don't have any rights. No, expectations should be, okay? When you go outside to turn your car on, you sit yourself in that seat and you put your key in the ignition and you have the expectation that your pistons are going to turn over and there's going to be explosions inside your engine that's going to carry you where you need to go, okay? That's a good expectation, but there's also bad. So we have to learn how to make proper compartmentalizations of the ideals that we think of. And in this generation, we don't have a lot of educated individuals with the microphone a lot, okay? We need more of these educated, elder females talking to these younger females. And we need more educated elder males talking to these younger males out here because of the stupidity that we have in abundance out here, okay? We are abundantly idiotic out here, making horrible decisions, ruining our kids for another generation, another 30 years of foolishness. We're going to have to end up doing like Ayanna Van Zant did, apologizing to our kids for the foolishness that we did. My mama did it for me. She apologized for ruining my life, okay? I apologize for doing things to my kids. I beg their forgiveness. I had to do exactly what Ayanna said. I had to change my ways in front of them, and they seen it. You understand? My kids will tell you, yo, my dad used to be different. I used to be different. Okay? We learn the bad habits and behaviors of the malfunctions that our parents put into us. Okay? But it is up to us as adults to change the way, to repent, like the books, like the Bible says. You understand? We gotta change the way. Now, she realized that she was like, okay, bet. I got some things that I want in a man, and there's nobody out here that's adding up to the standard that I have. Nobody. Nobody. This is the argument these thousands of females are saying. Oh, because I got the PhD, I got the BA, I got the regular, average degree. I got the associate. Ain't no man out here going to college. Well, we got plenty of dudes in college. Y'all just don't want them. We got plenty of black dudes with good jobs and good degrees and make a couple of good dollars. Y'all just do not want them. Okay? They want these multi-millionaire dudes, that will treat them like the good dude would. The good dude who got the nice job, that make $50,000 a year, you know what I'm saying, know how to treat his mama, and he's just like his daddy was, doing, cutting the grass and doing things for the wife and whatever. Okay, that's the dude that gets thrown in the trash. Okay, I'm pretty sure all of these females that's complaining about there's no good men. No, women all day, every day get approached with sexual opportunities far and above what you can imagine. Okay, people say women don't have no options. Yeah, they do. They got nothing but damn options. Now, those options are different in terms of the way you interpret those options. Okay, if a woman takes every dude that throws his D picture in her direct messages, if that woman takes every opportunity, every sexual opportunity that is afforded to her, that will bring down her sexual market value. Meaning, I don't want to deal with somebody who done hopped on all of them man poles. That's not appealing to me. I don't want to be going out somewhere with you and you passing Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, Shanshan, Niggatron, all the rest of them hood dudes. I don't want nobody walking up, some mysterious dude. I'm out, and you see somebody, you start grinning or whatever the hell, and he over there smiling. Hey, how long time? I bet it was. I don't want that. I don't think any of us do. This is why we say the sexual market value matters. Does it matter for men too? Yes, it does. But we live in a stereotypical, what was the word I used before? With the, what was the word? God. Anyway, I forgot. I'm tired. The equal opposites. We out here living these equal opposite situations. But we can do things as men that women cannot do. Women can do things that men cannot do. And we have to come to a place where feminism is not the subculture in our minds. And we're all infected with it. All of us are. Feminism has been the driver of this foolery. That's the driver. People don't like to say it, but it is. Feminism, being against feminism does not mean you are against women's rights. No, it does not. Feminism has helped no one. If feminism was so great, it would not have taken 67 years for people to come to the place of nowhere that we all are still today. Females are still complaining about stuff not being equal. It took 67 years to figure that out. My mama was born when feminism was created, 1961. Still today, feminism failed. Now, when she asked her about, would she, date a bus driver? She says, okay, well, if he owns the bus. Now, how many of us know individual black men that own things that are significant? We don't hear too much about, regular black men that own things that are significant. We hear about higher up black males that are, kind of visible in social media owning things. Bob Johnson, whatever his name was, that dude that used to own BET, then sold it to the white man. Okay, bet. What's the other guy? He's kind of a coon, but he bought another network. Okay? He's not a regular guy. Okay? There's a couple of black dudes who own things, but they're not regular. They're not regular, and they're in the super high echelon of, like, I'd say less than 1%. You're not going to get those dudes. You're not. These dudes mostly have chosen white women. Okay? They chose the white women. Now, would I ever choose the white women? Absolutely not. I probably would end up alone because I'm not going to deal with that attitude from, these type of females. I'm not going to deal with that. And then I'm out here building myself and creating a nation and this powerful entity just so you can come in and be ungrateful and just sit down. Nah. Miss Tammy Dorsey says, I apologize to my children. She said, these women want money but do not want to work for it unless it's on their back. They have very little patience for their man or children. Exactly. I have seen so many females out here with that same look. There's a pathology to this. There's a pathology to this BBL foolishness. There is. If you turn on Instagram, first thing you're gonna see is females turn around with their behind up in the camera with oil in it. That's all you're gonna see. And it's not. It used to be that what you follow is what you'll see, but now it's not like that. Damn near everybody's doing this junk. You don't even have to follow it anymore. I decided I'm going to go on an unlike campaign and unlike all of these pictures that I liked some years ago and recently because, it says a lot about me. And I don't want to be known for that anymore. For, liking these individuals. Nope, I don't want to be known for that. But here it is. I have to work to create, to build my nation. I have to work to create, to build my empire. What would I look like squandering everything I have built and created, on somebody who doesn't even fit the bill for that? That's what Ayanla said. Okay, you cannot have the expectation of some man that's so high, but you don't fit what you're asking for. You cannot tell a man he needs to be a king before he can deal with you, but you're not a queen. You can't do that. That's like the cop saying, hey, stop being out here robbing fools while he robbing a fool. I'm gonna be like, bro, are you serious? You robbing Krispy Kreme right now. What the hell are you doing? Man, that's my business. I'm getting these donuts, man. Get the crap out of here. But you quit robbing that thing, whatever you're doing. That's illegal. Well, diabetes is about to be illegal for you because you diddly damn. That's just like that. We out here with all the foolishness, okay? You cannot tell me I need to be a king, have an empire, have riches, have gold, be able to protect you in your foolery, never check you in your foolery. You just live in an imaginary fantasy life. But I'm supposed to just foot all of this bill and get nothing from you while you were just out here with random individuals giving away all your assets for free, no pun intended. Oh, I was young and dumb. Okay, so were we all, but we don't get to make those excuses as men. I don't get to say, oh, I was young and dumb. That's why I don't have anything from I was 21 years old. I don't get to say that as a man. Oh, why you not, on your way at 35? Failed marriage? Well, last time I checked, men, you supposed to just bounce back. Okay, well, I don't know where you heard that from, but I guess where you got the information from, it must be a nice textbook, because that sounds pretty textbook to me. You go through a divorce as a man, Divorce is horrible for everybody, especially when you really cared about the individual, no matter what you did in there, absent of abusing people and harming people. You might have cheated around or did some dumb stuff you should not have done with other individuals. All right, bet. You did that. I've been there. What do you do when the marriage falls apart? You got to rebuild yourself. You got to come back and try it again with somebody else. You just do. And it's not going to be easy. Yes, Miss Tammy Dorsey says Byron Allen is his name. Mr. Byron Allen. Byron Allen is the guy that owns a couple of networks. He bought those things. He married a white woman. Yes. He did not marry the black woman. He's with the other people. Okay? So we see when these dudes get this money, they not sticking around. A lot of them, they not. And those are not the rest of us. When you look at the statistical data that speaks about, regular black men, we 80% marry black women. It's the 1% that do not. Just like we have to go back to the saying, the people you love more than likely do not love you as a woman. As a woman, you're going to like the dude over there with the muscles and the junk showing through his gray sweatpants and all of that. You're going to like all of that. But guess what? He a player. You a run through to him. You just a slide on the sheet. You need to get with the man who got the regular job, who got the kind of regular body. He might have a couple of, junk for you a little bit on the secret. But that's for you to know, and that's for him to know and you to find out. You got to go over there first and figure it out. That's the regular man. The regular man gonna love you. Muscles with the gray sweatpants, man, he not loving nobody. He playing around. Okay? And this is the same thing what it goes with these super millionaire dudes. Millionaire dudes don't be loving these females like Ebony up here in the Ayan Van Zandt video. They don't love you. They playing around. This is why she was talking about, I dated people who had money and all of this stuff. The white dudes and the black dudes, and they was all playing around. Because, just like Ayanla said, and which is why she said, would you date the bus driver? Because the bus driver gonna appreciate the fact that you dealing with him and go, well, she looking kind of nice here. She looking real cute and whatever. I'm a bus driver. Let me treat her real nice. He can appreciate that. A dude that can have any woman he want, he don't give a damn about that. He not. Think I'm gonna cut this thing short, man. But we as black men, we need to have some assets. I know this is a hard thing to do, and it's being hard on purpose. They want to keep us from being a nation because they know as soon as we build ourselves up, we become superior. And we should become superior. They know that. They have always known that. Anything we touch becomes great. Anything we do becomes popular and gold. Hell, we turned chicken popular. Okay? That's what we did. Assets, information, knowledge, power, and networks. This is what we need. Okay? In order to get the power or the information, we got to have the networks. As a black man, we need to know each other. Kevin Samuels said that. Your network determines your net worth. So the people that you know that have the talents and skills that you may need to create the empire that you want to create, this is in your network. They're going to give you the info that's going to get you the knowledge. The knowledge is going to get you the assets, and the assets is going to get you the power. Okay? Now we know every black man is not going to have power. Every black man is not going to have $1 billion, $1 million, or even 900,000. Some of us are just workers. Now we know there's more women than men. especially in the black community. There's far more black women than there are men. So the fact that they all seem to all want us to be multimillionaires, that's a bit delusional. There's only certain types of us who are able to, establish ourselves and create the giant empires that some black men have created. Some of those are once in a lifetime. You mean to tell me 10 million of you want the same dude? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Okay? Sometimes we need to be happy with who we can get. And sometimes who we can get is not the BBL queen. She might look nice and all that stuff, but she horrible. She trouble. She don't love them kids. I've seen so many BBL females with these rainbow hair and all this junk looking fine and whatever the hell. Kids was looking horrible. I remember I went on tour with some of the Tyler Perry people, and we were playing, and one of the Escape girls was there, and she was singing "Who Can I Run To," and this girl, she brought her daughter with her, and this was like 2011. She said, no, we were taking pictures and what at the end of our little set that we were practicing, and I was like, hey, you I'm not gonna say her name, but she's the finer one. She's not the fat one. She's not the light skinned one. She's not that one. She's the other dark skinned fine girl. Okay, I'll say that. But she brought her daughter. Her hair was, her as the mama, she looked nice. Her outfit was good. Her hair was on point, very nice. She had her nails done, jeans and all this. Pow, it was on point. But her daughter looked like an African from freaking Nigeria in the hood. Like pink pants with a green shirt and some type of weird wrap that she didn't have on. Okay, one side of her hair was nappy and messed up, and the other side was, braids was half taken out. I'm like, you got your daughter out here looking like a smut, but you looking fine. There's no way I'm gonna be looking fine and sparkling with diamonds and stuff on and whatever the hell, lip gloss popping, but then I got my daughter out here looking horrible. Hell no. These are the females that we be out here chasing. They be demanding all of this stuff. They'll treat your kids like whatever the hell. And this is the stuff we gotta watch out for, man. This stuff, it is not gonna work. It's just not. Okay, I'm gonna play this one last video, and this is some ways that a lot of us, need to go. Well, now I got 2 videos. I'm gonna cut it off. It's time for me to go. Get out of here, angry man.
There are 2 types of men in the modern world. Those that simp for women and those that hate and blame women for everything. Both are pitiful, but there are some men that operate on a different level. These men are rare and never simp, nor do they hate women. What these men are focused on is their purpose, and they don't let their sexual desire distract them from their path. You see, lust is a very strong desire in men, but you will never be successful if your lustful thoughts overpower you. We will go over 6 powerful ways to control your lust. Number 1, channel your lust. Most guys don't have any control over their emotions, and this makes them a slave to their desires. They fap like a little worm, or are constantly wasting time simping over girls. Pathetic. Lust is a natural emotion, and like any other emotion, it can become a superpower if you know how to channel it. The reality is that most guys lack stoicism. When they're angry, they will break things, and when they are full of desire, they can't help but focus on women. What's crucial to understand is that you are not your feelings, and you are not your thoughts. Emotions come and go, but that does not mean you should act on them. When you control your emotions, you'll be able to talk to women without flinching, because lustful thoughts will go unnoticed. You simply let them pass by. And when it's time to work on your goals, you can use the lust you ignored earlier, and it will help you work even harder. Emotions are a source of energy, and you must choose when to use them. Number 2, set boundaries on your phone. If you follow Instagram models or take your phone to bed with you late at night, there is a good chance you will go down a dark path of porn. At the very least, you will waste time scrolling and watching girls online like a simp. It is embarrassing. Our phone is a very powerful device, useful, but it can also be extremely self-destructive. And most guys use their phones to self-sabotage. They destroy themselves with distractions. Think about that for a second. You have a phone which could be used for gaining new knowledge, networking, or making money. But most guys use it to chase pleasure instead of success. Here is what I advise every man to do. Unfollow girls on Instagram, stop mindless scrolling on TikTok, and use your bed for sleep instead of watching sexual content. Do not be cocky and think your willpower alone is strong enough to handle the temptations online. Many guys have tried, and they all fail. The algorithm is too strong. It is designed to play with your personal desires and lure you in. The only way to beat it is by setting some boundaries that you will never cross. Number 3, make a list. Clearly defining your values can strengthen your resolve. When you set a goal for yourself, whether it's eating healthier or getting better at resisting sexual temptation, it helps to have a clear idea of why you're doing it. Write down the main reasons why overcoming lust is important to you, and review it anytime you feel your resolve starting to slip. For example, your list might include things like, I don't want short-term pleasure to destroy my potential. Or, self-discipline is an important part of my spiritual beliefs. I want to overcome lustful thoughts to improve my relationship with God. Whatever your personal reasons are, write them down on a list. Number 4, don't look at her. Women feel a sense of power when men turn their heads for them. Attention is their currency, and they chase it all the time. That is why you must know how to deny them of that power. Even if you feel tempted by a woman and feel lustful thoughts, you must know how not to show it. Because turning your eyes will stroke her ego and give her satisfaction. Nothing feels better than walking past a woman that is used to getting attention and not giving her a single look. Do not misunderstand it. I am not saying you should act insecure and look at the ground when a girl walks by. You can ignore her while still being supremely confident. Just to look forward or look another direction and don't give them what they want. It will both humble her and help you with your lustful desires. Number 5, identify your triggers. If you don't understand your desires, you can't control them. So the next time you experience feelings of lust, think about what's going on. For instance, if you realize that you've been using sexual thoughts or behaviors to cope with stress, set an intention to find new coping methods and form healthier habits. You may realize those lustful thoughts show up more when you're bored. Boredom is actually one of the most common reasons why guys get lost in their sexual desires. You see, We live in times where we are so hyperstimulated that people can't even be bored anymore without their desires taking over instantly. That is why they will grab junk food or start fapping the moment they have nothing going on. My advice for dealing with boredom is using visualization. Think about your dream life. Where do you want to be? And what is the man you want to become? Boring times are perfect to get into deep thoughts. Now, it may take time to sit through boredom if you're not used to it, and your lust may be too strong. So the next best thing is to keep your mind busy. Try listening to a podcast or an audiobook while you're doing boring tasks instead of letting sexual desires take over. Number 6, conquer goals. There are 2 main driving forces in the mind of any man. The first is the desire to conquer goals, and the second is the desire to conquer women. Fortunately for you, your mind only has space for one of these voices at a time. This means that it's impossible to distract a hardworking man that is in the flow state. No amount of sex will interrupt his mind if he is too busy conquering an objective. Imagine a soldier going to war. What do you think is going on in his mind at that time? The desire to win the war, protect his brothers, and clear the objective, or to have sex with a woman. When you are a single man, make it your sole purpose to work towards goals, and always keep your mind occupied with new goals to conquer. By the way, if you want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Until next time.
I hope you got something from that. Because if we're supposed to be out here creating all of this stuff that they want us to create and have all of these entities and structures and militaries and companies and businesses they want us to buy, we can't be out here fooling around with them, getting on child support, effing around all day. Because they worried about we got the gray sweatpants on, like we should not have out here advertising our junk. Like some smuts. Men do that junk too. I get on men about that junk. Stop advertising your junk so you don't end your dumb ass up in freaking child support court. Now, they say we're not good protectors. We are some of the most safe men on the face of the earth compared to other men of other nations. The Black American man is the most safe man. Now, some people will say, well, how you figure that? It's black dudes out here harming black women all the time. They out here throwing women out the window. They out here shooting black women in the face. They out here abusing the black women and doing this and doing that and graping and okay. How many is it? Well, somebody lied and was like, it's what, 20 black women every 5 minutes or some bull crap. A whole lie. A whole entire lie. Five women every 5 minutes is harmed or deleted by the black man. Lies upon lies. Lies. You know how mathematically impossible that is? Let's not do the equation, because I gotta do who actually did it. And it's so impossible. That is 0.1% of all of us black males in the United States, of our race of the United States, that is doing that. That's a very small population of us. Okay? Now, if those of us who actually cared, actually focused on them dudes, they wouldn't exist anymore. But we don't focus on them because we don't want to die. Because niggas Niggas outweigh good black people. Okay? 100 to 1. There's more niggas than there are good black people, male and female. There's more niggas. We're outnumbered, which is what we talking about out here. Okay? Now, we're going to play this video. There's 2 of them. About how black men are supposed to be so horrible. We so horrible that white women is telling their kids to look for us in a time of emergency. Hold on. This is what we're doing out here. We harming black women so much, and then white women are just like, oh no, we don't have anyone else to turn to. Oh. We just so horrible. White women have become delusional and said, you know what, let's trust the black guys because there's no one else. Hold on.
What do you do if you get lost?
Find a big black guy.
You find a big black guy, and what do you tell him?
And that I lost.
That you're lost?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd find my home.
Okay. What do you do if you get lost?
Find a big black guy.
You find a big black guy, and what do you tell him?
And that I lost.
That you're lost?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd find my home.
Okay. What do you do if you get lost?
Find a big black guy.
You find a big black guy, and what do you tell him?
And that I lost.
Oh, do I need to tell you there's a bunch of white people really upset about that video? Stitching it, duetting it in the comments. Oh, this is racist. Actually, if you want to be real about it, statistically, based on the data, any child would be safer approaching a strange black man than they would a strange white man. So let's look at some numbers. Convictions of possessing images of children. White people, 86%, while black make up only 4%. I'd say white people damn near cornered the market. Now, when you talk about assault of a child, the numbers are a little bit different, but white people still excel. 42% are white, 18% are black, but I feel these numbers might be skewed. For example, Hispanic make up 10% of the abuse. They also make up 10% of the possession of images, so those seem to be pretty close to each other, while these other numbers are way off. Now factor in that black people are 7 times more likely to be wrongfully convicted of a serious crime, including that kind of assault, than white people are. Then think about all of the priests at the Catholic Church hid and protected and moved around. All of the pastors that we've recently found out the Southern Baptists were protecting. Think about all of the well-respected white teachers and coaches and scout leaders over the years where people just didn't believe the children, didn't believe that that good man was capable of that. And it's not hard to imagine that these numbers should probably be closer to those. And as long as we're talking fun facts, let's look at this one. They looked at SA convictions from 2006 to 2017, and you know what they found? There was a 1,330.47% increase in sentences of black individuals and a 8.6 decrease in sentences for white individuals. So white people, far more likely to do it, also more likely to receive a lenient sentence for it. So while I'm real sorry if that first video triggered you, statistically speaking, that mom is right. And maybe you should teach your children to do the same thing.
So, I guess we're not as horrible as people would like us to seem as we thought. If the white woman that has been, so delicate and fragile in times past, accusing us of all types and kinds of false, crimes that we never did, if they have decided to send their precious little, possible school shooters to us for safety, That says a lot. Seeing as how their white men have all the power, but they come to us for the safety. So no, you're not going to tell us that we don't that we're whack as black men no more. Cause no, forget that. We can do the same things we did in the past. Now the technology is here. We can create these nations. We can create these entities for protection. We can create these schools. We can create these hospitals. We can create all of these firms. We can create whatever the hell we want to do. But that's going to take us getting disciplined, leaving these strags alone, leaving these 304s alone, leaving these street pros alone, leaving these BBLians alone with their freaking anime hair and they damn eagle talons and all of that junk. Leaving these individuals alone. Get you a nice regular woman that can do a couple of equations for you. You know, she might not have the BBL, but she got her junk in shape. She might not be a beauty queen, because you don't need a beauty queen. You just need somebody that's all right. Okay? As a matter of fact, Kevin Sam, he did a video on that. The whole super beauty queen thing, that's rare. Most of us are average. I'm average. I'm a regular dude. You can see 15 dudes in the street that look like me. I get it all the time. I look like everybody. I'm average. So what would I look like trying to get a Halle Berry? What the hell would I look like trying to get, somebody way up there? Hell no. I'm gonna get me a regular average female too. I like regular average females. Beauty queens are trouble. Forget that. Leave these beauty queens alone. Leave these BBLians alone. Leave them alone. Get you a smart, regular female that can help you build your empire. Get the hell up off Instagram. Delete them greasy behind individuals. They be in Dubai getting turned on anyway. Went to one of them females on Instagram. I went to a couple of them actually, asking them if they could advertise my song. It was like, yeah, we do advertisement for songs and whatever the hell. Sent me her little address to send the money and all that junk. And she says, oh, how long do you want this song to play on my page? I was like, maybe 30 days. She was like, all right, bet. Well, send me $165. So I sent it to her. Did I hear a song? Hell no. No. Well-known female on Instagram doing her little exercise poses and stuff. All she doing is having them super tight damn shorts on that be grabbing the whole butt crack and squishing the cheeks all the way up so it look all beautiful and nice, when they do butt crunch exercises all up in the camera, all musty and steamy. That's all they doing. Thirst trapping in the form of exercise. Crap out of here. Crap out of here, man. Stealing. Just damn stealing. Okay? Now, we've seen about the lust. We've seen about it. This is not preaching. This is just reality. We as men got stuff to do since we shiftless out here, since we don't have any institutions, since our women don't want to respect us out here. Great. That means we don't got time to be chasing them. Leave them alone. Let them go find somebody else that got the power. Okay? You build yours. I want to build mine. Okay? What do we need? We need that network. Network is going to give us the info. Info is going to turn into knowledge. The knowledge will turn into assets, and those assets will turn into power for us. These feds and CIAs, I talk to them. They don't want us to have no power. Why? Cause who gonna be in charge? We black men are natural born leaders. We had the planet on lock for thousands of years. No pollution, nowhere. Everything like it was supposed to be. Then here come the Caucasian. Not everything is effed up. To hell with that. To hell with that. We need some system, order, and structure. SOS, we need to bring that back into our lives so we can do these creations, so we can build these things that they talking about we don't have any, so we can deserve the respect that we don't get out here, okay? Bringing order to the foolery and the chaos in our environments, okay? We got these emotional dudes out here, bring order to them fools. We got these out of order females, got to bring order to them fools. okay, in your personal life. Regulation of environment and all who attend your environment. When a real man is in an environment, we know who's in charge. Why? Because people, stop doing certain things when certain men come around. And that's the measure of your manhood. You don't got to say anything, it's just your presence. What do we bring as men? We bring our power. We bring our inner spiritual light. We bring our systems, order, and structure. We bring, our masculine grace, well, our masculine knowledge, masculine light. That's what we bring. But that has been taught away from all these females, like the lady that was speaking with Ayanla Van Zant was talking about. All she talked about was providing and protecting. We do far more than provide junk and protect you. What are we protecting you from a lot? We're protecting females from themselves. Look at 65 years of feminism. Females have been out here on their own, doing whatever the hell they wanted to do. But they say, oh, we've been oppressed. Oppressed by who? You've been doing 65, 67 years worth of goddamn freaking who knows what damage. We got kids out here with no freaking daddy. How would they get here? Yeah, a couple of people was raped, but most of them wasn't going on. That was consensual. Why these kids don't have no daddy and they out here harming people now? 30 years ago, they didn't have no daddy. Now they shooting up the hood. This is what goes on when you lead these individuals to their own devices. We got to get back in charge. Forget that. Miss Tammy Dorsey says, I am here to tell these sisters they gonna want a brother to build so when they get older and start dying or start drying up, they have a man that loves to hold them, even the dry parts. Let me read that again. Hold up. Miss Tammy Dorsey says, I am here to tell all these sisters that they gonna want to have a brother to build with them so that when they get older and they start drying up, they have a man that loves to hold them, even the dry parts. Because what we say, looks is gonna fade and your body is going to fail. Some of us are blessed. We keep some good looks and our body don't really fail that much. But for most of us, we fail. We live in America. Everything is poison. You got muscles today, you could be a skin and bones tomorrow. You got the sweatpants on today, you could be the little man tomorrow because a disease hit you. What your wife gonna say then? Oh, you the BBL sister now with the anime hair swaying everywhere and the eagle talons and junk? Nobody can tell you nothing. What happens when you start shriveling up? You come down with some random illness. What goes on? Eating hot Cheetos and pickles, on burgers and fries from McDonald's, that's not going to help you have the best of health in your higher years. So count your days. Anyway, I'm not speaking to them, I'm speaking to us. Those of us who know what we're talking about, we're going to get some power out here. What do we bring as men? Okay? What should we bring as men? All right? I love you all. Thank you all for attending my ranting and raving. You could have been anywhere else that was more popular, but you here with me. Thank you. I appreciate everything and all your attentions, and I'm 100% grateful. If I could pay you, I would. Okay? So, with that being said, on Sundays will be the official Yohi Language Day. Okay? I'm working on the animations for that intro as we speak. Sundays will be that. I might start this Sunday. It won't be any animation so you will know that it's, the Yohi Day. But Sundays will be the Yohi language day. So Yohi is the language I created for us as black people. All of us. Anybody who wants to learn it. This is the one of the things you need in the creation of a nation. You got to declare yourself. You got to have the people. You need to have a language. You need to have a flag. And you need to have literature in your language and people who are speaking it actively. Okay? So, we're going to do that. All right? Sunday, Yohi Day. Okay? Love you all. Peace.
Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. I call upon the spirit of the beast sleeping inside our people to awaken. I call for the spirit of warfare to come sit upon the south side. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. All of your tricks, all of your schemes, evil dreams, and all of your lies, all of your murdering my people in the scheme of things just seems to be buying us time. Time to repair, prepare, and shake this irrational fear of you. Time for us to shave our hair to prepare for a final fight with you. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. Murder is your pleasure, kill for less. A devil tester, evil tester, nigga blesser. Always running with the beast. Whenever you get around, bullets flying, people dying, baby crying. Hear the siren, all destruction must increase. Government cooperation and alignment. Your assignment is to murder all the people of originality. You are never to be trusted, so disgusting is your presence. Manchurian candidate will destroy new society. Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey,